right, ladies and gentlemen, Colin here, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about forms and where to find them. Hopefully, in Dotloop, we have the majority of forms in there, but I realize that sometimes not everything is going to be in Dotloop. And so the next question is when I need something, where do I find it? Now, most of y'all, you should be realtors. You're not required to, but it definitely helps a lot. And if you're a member of just about any MLS, you are. So a lot of people think that they can go to the realtor website. Guys, you cannot go to the realtor website to find these forms. And the reason why is because forms are state specific. Okay. They have to come from Texas. So the next place you have to look at is there's two Texas entities that we get our forms from. First entity is going to be TREC, the Texas Real Estate Commission, guys. So very, very succinctly put, guys, right here, trec.texas.gov/agency information/contracts is the best place to find them. And then when you click on these guys, it has all of the TREC forms and their most updated version, right? So as you can see, this was effective on February 1st of this year. So this is where you're going to find the forms. Now, these are the TREC promulgated forms. And if you notice over here, guys, I have not logged in to get these forms because these are promulgated to the public as well. So anybody can use these forms. You don't have to be licensed to use them, but if you are licensed, you have to use them. So this is number one. So here's the contract, guys, and everything you need with the contract. Here's some contract addenda that you would need to put onto them, and then here's just some random other forms. Once again, TREC does not have all of the forms they need, and so it's going to go up one more level, and it's going to go to TAR, the Texas Association of Real Estate. Their website is texasrealestate.com. You should also be able to log in here as well if you are a member of TAR. I can't remember how much it is, guys. I don't know, $100 a year or something like that. But if you go to, so buyers, sellers, and renters, again, it's public information. But if you come to the realtor side over here, guys, click on legal and ethics, because legal is forms, and then the blank form downloads, you get to this page. And here is a ton of stuff as well for the forms that you need going through transactions. And guys, there is a ton of forms on here. It's really difficult for us to consider every single solitary thing you need to put into Dotloop. It's extremely time consuming and will clutter up Dotloop and you'll get upset with me. So if you need one of these very specific forms, all you got to do is come to either the TREC website, once again, agency information/contracts, or you're going to come to members legal and ethics form blank downloads. For this one, guys, I did have to log in because you got to be a realtor to access these particular things. These are just a little bit more specific. So if you want to be able to print out a blank one, get to a blank one, find Spanish and Vietnamese translations, which I think is kind of interesting. They didn't do it on all of them, especially Vietnamese in Texas, but oh well, it works, I guess. But this is where you find your forms. So don't ask. Get here, start looking them up. Oh, by the way, last one is if you get on here and you're like, Colin, I really need a form that does fill in the blank. If you need a very specific form or a very specific request, sometimes they just don't have forms for that. And unfortunately, guys, you are not lawyers, so you have to get legal counsel to draw up a very specific form. Again, guys, that any form, if you're starting from scratch, you should not be drawing up. You should not go to Law Depot or Rocket Law or any of those kind of websites and print one of those out. You are not a lawyer. You cannot do that. If it is your property, you are welcome to do that if you own it individually, but you cannot do it for somebody else's property. You need to use either TREC or TAR forms or engage a lawyer for the specific stuff. And that's how you find forms, guys. Pretty easy, less than 4 minutes.